What's up, everybody, man? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, my name is JR, and I did 10 years in the Georgia Department of Correction. And I share prison stories, man. I let y'all know what was going on while I was behind the walls. Again, for everybody who's been reaching out to me, man, I'm definitely good while this hurricane is definitely close by. I appreciate everybody tuning in, checking in, man, checking on me. A lot of love, a lot of respect for that. But anyways, man, let me take y'all to the dorm and let's get into this story. So I remember I was at Smith, bro, and it was early in the morning. Like, we just came back from breakfast. And when we came back from breakfast, the officer was telling me like I had to go to medical. I had a medical. She had gave me like a medical call out, but I didn't actually see it. But she was real cool, man. She knew my name, my last name. She was like, you got to go to medical. Don't go back in there sleeping or whatever. Anyways, man, I went back in there sleeping. She had came and woke me up. She was calling for first block movement. And when I got up, she had came to the door telling somebody to call me. Boom. They called me. I came out, got dressed, came out. When I came out, I instantly noticed it was some type of tension in the dorm. I seen guys with their boots on. So now when you see guys with their boots on and stuff like that, you look for like opposing groups, opposing gangs, opposing organizations. So while I'm looking, I see one set of Bloods and I see another set of Bloods. And instantly I knew what it was. The set that was over there and the set that was over there, some of them was Piru and some of them was Rolex, as far as like sex, money, murder. And I forgot it was Mob Piru. You know, you got different sets of Piru, but it was definitely Mob Piru. And you had other Bloods now. They pretty much was on standback. So that's how you know it was just these two groups by themselves. So I'm looking around. Now, I didn't have enough time to figure out what was going on because the officer was calling me, telling me I need to come out to go to medical. So I go out there on the walk. They line everybody up. We go up the walk up the walk. Now, while I'm passing D building, you know, my antennas is up, bro. I'm watching everything that's going on. And plus, you know, guys outside, they already talking. They're like, man, these boys about to go at it with each other. But I didn't actually ask nobody what was going on. I'm trying to like see if I could peep it myself. Now, while I'm passing D building, I see all the YNs, all of them up, bro, in the dorm while we walking by. You know, once we stop there by D building, it's going to be people coming outside the D building to join the line for medical. It might be education for everybody who is going up there on that flat top, because that's where all that stuff is. You got medical, you got teacher's aid, chaplain aid, people who go to GD class, all that stuff, man. So we go up there. I see them guys standing off in the dorm. So I'm like, man, it's definitely something crazy going on because it's not just in my dorm, it's out there. So again, when we go up the walk, man, while we go up the walk, head around there to medical, again, you hear guys talking. You had guys who meet us from coming from F building way. So I'm coming from E building, we passed D building. Now guys coming from F building, they had done joined up to us. And, you know, you hear everybody talking, but you know me, I'm not asking nobody nothing. I finally go up there to medical. Everybody branch off to where they was going. I go up there to medical. I'm sitting there in the medical. It's two dudes who came in there. So they went to talking instantly. And that's one thing about Chain Gang, bro. People be talking about, people be informing on them. People be like, people telling, people this, people that. Nah, bro. Sometimes guys just be talking and don't know who they around. They'll just yap, 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 yap. Especially when it comes to like stuff as far as somebody who got a mule or who getting a pack in and stuff like that. That's just how guys be. They are talking, not knowing who hear them. But these guys was talking and they was like, yeah, bro, the Rolex and the mob niggas going at it. You know what I'm saying? They going at it. They was standing off at F building and in D building. And one of the guys, he was like, yeah, bro, it's something that happened at Macon State the night before. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, as far as like, wipe somebody nose and finesse somebody out of the pack. And like I tell y'all, man, these guys are their worst enemy. All these guys, bro, they get into it more than how they get into each other. They hold no loyalty to each other. So while we sitting in there, they talking or whatever, officer doing their thing, nurses walking around, people getting called to the back. I went up there to get, I think I had like a medication refill because I was taking some medication for my knee. I had tore my ACL, so I was taking some medication. And while we up there in medical, man, we see them bring a whole bunch of guys came past. Now these guys, they came from D building, and one guy, you could tell he had got busted in the forehead, bro. And it was just mob dudes. It was just mob dudes, 3 mob dudes, and you could tell that they pretty much was at the shitty end of the stick, man. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? They got dealt with. So while they brought them, you got the south side. When you in medical, so now when they walking past, everybody could see it. Everybody in there talking like, oh shit, boy, I done popped off in D building. Some of these guys who were in medical, they came out of D building. So they calling people name, saying this. And it was one guy specific that I knew they called him Mob. And that's just because he Mob Piru, they call him Mob. And he had a big old gash in his forehead. So guys was talking like, damn, man, it popped off. So now these guys, they actually bringing them to medical. They bring them in the back part of medical, and then they'll bring them to the hole. They bring them to H billing. It might be J billing. H billing is the whole H1 and H2, which is like tier 1, and you have J billing, which is like tier 2 or tier 3. So they was bringing these guys in that on this. That's the south side right there, and you got one active population billing, which is G billing, man, which is kind of like the Thunderdome. Don't nobody want to go to G billing, bro. Don't no females work over there. When you first come to the camp, that's where they send you to. You're going to G1 or G2, man. And pretty much when you over there, bro, you pretty much be getting stuck over there. It's like you lost from society. You know what I'm saying? The main compound is on the other side where all the other billing at. Ain't nothing be going on over there, bro. So I guess while it was bringing those guys to the dorm, mind you, you got orderlies on the walk. You got orderlies from G billing, you know, guys who doing trash detail, all that type of stuff. So anything that's actually going on the north side, and then guys have phones too, bro. So word probably hadn't got around. Everybody was calling everybody to get on point. You know what I'm saying? Bro, get on point. We beefing with such and such set, or we beefing with such and such gang. So while they brought those guys to the hole, I guess some of the guys in G billing seen what was going on, bro. And while we sitting there in medical, bro, everything pretty much going the right way. Everybody talking about this mess that's going on. All you heard was 1010 on the officer's radio. 1010, 1010 in G billing, 1010 in G billing. So instantly I turn around, and when I turn around, I could look. It's a window right there, bro, that you could look. Now it's a big yard. It's like a big open field. You know, the big yard for the south side. You could look, but I'm looking directly over there where G billing is, bro. And all I seen was somebody in the salad port. And you just seen guys, he like, you can't really tell who it is. But all I seen was like 3 guys, bro, fighting. Boom, 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 fighting one dude. And you could tell somebody was hitting him up. Boom, boom. But then I started to notice who this guy was, bro. I've been in the dorm with this guy. This guy was Stone, and Stone was an older dude, bro. Nobody expected Stone. When you see Stone, bro, like he got gray hair, his whole beard and everything be gray, hair be gray. You be like, man, this old ass dude gang banging, man. He ain't got no reason to be gang banging. But and I know he was Sex Money Murder. He was Rolac. And I guess he was probably the only Rolac in that dorm, bro. Because everybody like, oh shit. And the officer that the 1010 call that came off his radio, he took off running, bro. You seen the search team running by. You just seen officers from every direction, bro, from every building. Officers from the whole, from the tier program, everybody was just running across the yard like this. They got different gates around the yard. In front of every building, you have a gate to the yard. So you just seen officers running from the back of the chow hall, running over there. By this time, bro, this guy was actually outside the dorm because I guess the officer in the booth in the control center where he was actually popping the door. Man, these guys came outside the dorm, wetting them up out there on the walk. They wetting them up. One of them was holding the door while the other 2 was wetting them up. And you know what there was? There was Ma Piru. And that's just to show you how it goes. Because guess what? The guys who done got wet up before that and walked past, they was Mal Piru. They got dealt with. They got down bad by the Rolex in a different dorm. And that's just how it is, man. In certain dorm, you might have one set that might have crazy numbers. You know, prison, it's pretty much a numbers game. They got crazy numbers over there. But I guess over there in G billing, Mal Piru had crazy numbers. And Stone was the only one over there, bro. And Stone character, like I said, he was an older dude, bro. Stone probably was like 6'4", like that, from the city of Atlanta, bro. But he wasn't no aggressive type of dude like that. He was a laid back kind of player type of dude. He wasn't no guy that's just wild or say talking about beefing or fighting or wetting somebody up. That wasn't his character, bro. But you know what? He was affiliated, bro. He was affiliated, bro. And these guys are the same guys on a day-to-day basis, bro. They shake each other up. They be like, bro, they twins, they this, they that. Mind you, some people be like, you know, Mob Piru is not blood. They different. Man, F all that. In Georgia, all them folks ride together. You know what I'm saying? If the Bloods get into it, bro, Pirus is riding with them. So they pretty much Bloods. Anything pop off in the dorm, they pretty much Bloods. So people be like, nah, they different. They this and that. No, They definitely not, man. They the same. But these are, like I said, back to what I was saying. These guys are the same guys, bro, that just be shaking each other up. It's no type of loyalty within these gangs, bro. They could switch on a button. All it is just got to be a phone call, just like I was. Somebody call from Macon State and be like, y'all boys on point. One of them folks got wet up down there by somebody else. So now it's actually a beef between all these sets. Now, while we sit in medical, bro, you know the officers, they go over there. They went to goddamn flushing the whole dorm out, bro. You know the search team, they went over there shooting all that pepper spray thing all in the dorm. And the medical went over there. You could see Stone was already outside anyway, bro. So when they brought him into medical, when they walked him across the yard, bro, I remember specifically, he had a do-rag on, bro. This man do-rag was halfway on his head, bro. He got hit up all over his head, bro, in his back and everything. He had a t-shirt on, bro. Whole t-shirt had red spots all over him. I was like, damn, bro, that's messed up. Because I was actually in the dorm with Stone before, and I know he's pretty much cool, bro, but that's what come with the whole gang banging, old gang banging stuff. Just seeing Burwood in that moment just made me realize something that I always realized, man, how quick loyalty could go to disloyalty, man. Just seeing how his own people did him. Now this man all wet up in the back and everything like that. And you know, the whole medical was in a whole uproar while this was going on, man. Nurses running around crazy because guess what? It was actually the guys that came in before that was wet up. And now Stone in there, he wet up, man. And mind you, the search team over there, they don't bomb rush this dorm and everything. So while I'm sitting, I'm looking like this, it's officers in there telling everybody, sit down, just like that. Because it's actually gang members in here too, though, bro. So they trying to control the whole situation. I remember when the search team guys, the officer had called them to come over there in medical. Like I said, gang members in here. You don't know, somebody might try to swirl somebody. Somebody may like try to get off real easy. So I'm sitting down, I'm looking across there, and they just snatching people out of G2, bro. They just snatching people, boom, just like that. They bringing guys out just like that. Mind you, they ain't got to bring them too far, bro, because the hole is right there on the south side where everything was at. And these people was talking about shutting down medical, bro. I'm looking the other way. Guess what they doing? They leading people out of education, bro, back to the dorm. You hear them on the radio. They finna lock the whole compound down. I'm like, bro, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way, bro. Once stuff go to popping off in different dorms like that, you already know they're gonna lock the compound down. And they telling us, man, boom, we're gonna bring y'all back to medical. Y'all gotta leave right now. Cause they had a whole bunch going on out there, bro. So they lined us up, boom, lined us up back, boom. You know what I'm saying? Took us back to the dorm. Obviously, bro, once they pick up the people from education and people who was on their detail and stuff like that, everybody was talking about the situation, bro, while we going back to the dorm. One of the search team officers, sergeants, and lieutenants, they had us in a tight-knit line, bro, going back. While we going back, I'm passing D building. I'm looking, nobody outside. I'm like, man, ain't no way, bro. These folks locked the whole compound down, man. The guys that was in D building, they flushed them off in their dorm, bro. On the E building, boom. They reached to my door, boom, to E building, bro. Everybody to their room. Now they ask you what room you in. They bring you straight to your room because everybody's on lockdown, bro. The officer go right there with the key, boom, let you in. They're not even popping the door from the boot because they don't want you to come out your room or your roommate come out your room. Because guys will do that, man. Once that door pop, guys gonna come out. They're gonna come out asking for a medical request. They're gonna come out with that cup, telling us they want some ice, they want some water. So the officer brought us to the door, let us in. As soon as I went in, bro, my roommate was like, boy, listen, hell, boy, these folks crazy, man. He was telling me how they actually beat one of the mob dudes up in the dorm, bro. Some of the Rolex had them beat him up, drag him in the room. Mind you, it was an OG in my dorm at the time, an OG mob dude, bro. But he didn't get touched. You know what I'm saying? And when I woke up that morning, I had seen him. He had his boots on and everything, bro. He was strapped up, ready to ride. And I know, bro, be riding. I seen stuff them popped off in the dorm before, and he rode. But one of his mob dudes that done got down bad in the dorm, they didn't wet him up or nothing like that. They just beat him real bad, bro. And mind you, the police ain't see none of that. So nobody in the dorm got locked up. So then I was telling my bunkmate about what was going on in medical, bro. How crazy that was about the guys from D building who had got wet up and they turned around and wet Stone up. And he knew Stone. He was like, bro, Stone that was in here? I was like, yeah, boy, Stone got wet up real bad. He was like, man, see that, damn, that's crazy, man. And my bunkmate, he was Crip, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, bro, that's crazy, bro. This gang stuff be crazy. And I was like, yeah, bro. That's why I be telling younger guys, bro, don't follow the hype, man. Don't ever follow the hype of getting into that stuff, bro. Because I've seen it time and time again how the gang flip on each other, bro. They flip on each other. They'll flip on you. What make you so different? I done seen big homies, bro. Real big homies who was running compounds and everything, bro. Once that switch get hit on them, boom, it's over with for them, bro. It's definitely over with for them, bro. And it was a whole crazy situation, bro. We stayed on lockdown probably like 2 more days after that, bro. When we get off lockdown, it was a lot of little attention, bro. But that's just to show you how crazy, how something from a whole nother compound, bro. This happened at Macon State, bro. After we came off lockdown, I had heard at first that somebody got finessed out the pack or whatever like that. And that's exactly what had happened, bro. You know what I'm saying? A mob dude and then finessed a Rolex dude out the pack. Really just slimed him out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Got his stuff, decided he ain't gonna pay him his money or nothing like that. And them folks had done popped on the mob. And once they popped on the mob, bro, and this is exactly how Georgia Department of Corrections is, bro. Stuff, it's phones everywhere, bro. That's why I said whatever you do in Changang, it cannot hide, bro. Whatever camp you go to, you cannot hide. If you do something here, bro, and you get transferred tomorrow, all guys got to do is get on that phone, bro. Go on that GDC website, put your GDC number in, boop, they see where you at. That's what they're going to do. Hey, bro, you know somebody down there at Macon, or you know somebody down there at Calhoun, they're going to get on that phone, boom. Hey, bro, it's a dude that I got down here, man. He just owed me some money, or he telling he this or he that. He a rat. He's supposed to be dubbed out. He's supposed to be blackballed. He's supposed to this. He's supposed to that. Guess what? It's going to get done. You cannot run. You cannot hide from nothing, bro. With them cell phones, everybody get tapped in, bro. That's how a lot of stuff be going from camp to camp to camp to camp, bro. Guys just call and they give that word out, and it's going to get handled, bro. The Georgia Department of Correction, bro, is definitely crazy, man, and it's definitely dangerous, bro. And just being a part of gangs and stuff like that is dangerous, bro. Y'all see that story I just told y'all, bro? His own people, bro. Mind you, they was mob, but it's still his own people, bro. Because everyone, guess what? Back a couple days after we got off lockdown, all these same guys who were just standing off, bro, with tools in their hand, back and forth at each other, bro. They was sitting down, eating together. They was doing shower duty for each other, bro. These same dudes standing around doing shower duty for each other. Mind you, you just wanted to put me on the door or pour me out. Now you standing at the shower with a big ass tool in your hand, bro, making sure nobody else running the shower for me, bro. No loyalty, bro. No loyalty in the gangs, bro. It's no loyalty period in Chain Gang, bro, man. But that's the story for today, man. I appreciate y'all checking out the channel, man. A lot of love, man. A lot of peace. A lot of respect, man. Guess what? It's a lot of wind blowing outside, but it's definitely good. You know, your boy had to drop something for y'all, man. Peace. I'm out.